Hey guys, and welcome back to the accumulation zone. In today's video we will be recapping the price action that we saw today on US30 during the London kill zone, where we actually had a 200 pip drop to the downside after we received an epic entry using the Scalper Pro stochastic RSI strategy. I also want to talk a little bit about risk management tools. I've been playing around with them all morning basically, and it's ready to include a little bit and talk a little bit about them in my video. And if you're wondering, this right here is the Magic Keys on-screen device, and this one right here, this risk management tool, is the Trade Assistant for MT5. And yeah, more about them will follow in a different video comparing both risk management tools. Let's get started. So as usual, we're starting at the beginning of the London kill zone. It's right now, it is 1:55 a.m. New York local time. And on the close of the very next 5-minute candle, we could potentially enter into a trade, which in this case, with the stochastic RSI being above the 80 level right here, could be a potential short entry, because all we need now is a white candle colored by the Scalper Pro and a close below the VWAP. So we could already anticipate that, and because we can see there hasn't been a significant swing high being formed yet, after we broke to the downside, we pulled back and we continued further to the downside, we want to see a swing low or a pullback. But yet the high of this pullback has not been formed. And what do we do if this high hasn't formed yet? We use the ATR bands indicator for our stop loss placement. So we're already prepared for that next 5-minute candle, and on that next 5-minute candle we got our entry. So all we had to do is we can look into this dashboard right here. We are looking for a 15 pip stop loss, so you could already look for your right lot size with a 15 pip stop loss. At least that's how I'm doing it. And then I'm just waiting for maybe the last 1 or 2 seconds before I'm entering the trade, to make sure that the candle is actually closing below the VWAP, and that it's also a bearish colored candle, so a white candle right here, based on the Scalper Pro of course. And yeah, so we got into this first trade right here at the opening at 2 a.m. Let me get rid of the ATR bands indicator, and let's see how this trade would have played out. We saw that it basically immediately went straight against us, and it hit our candle after 15 minutes being in the trade. So this trade did not work out, but right now we check our indicators again and we see that the stochastic RSI is still in the overbought territory. So for us, of course, theoretically we would anticipate a long entry right now. We see bullish colored candles above the VWAP, of course, but therefore we would need the stochastic RSI to go all the way down below the 50 level and then cross over. So assuming that, we would also see a move below the VWAP. Below the VWAP, again, we're looking for shorts. So right now, it's actually more probable that we're getting a short entry right here. So let's have a look at the next candle, and we see that the next candle would confirm that idea. We saw this nice little doji formation right here at the top, and we could already anticipate that now a swing high has been formed. So again, we prepare our potential short entry. We're already preparing ourselves for the entry, and with that very next candle we can see that we actually closed below the VWAP. We had our bearish stochastic RSI crossover on this candle already. That's another reason why we can already prepare ourselves for the next 5-minute candle close. If you're waiting to see how this next candle is closing, it's very likely already going to be too late, because price is already moving away from your ideal entry price. So placing our stop loss right here at the swing high, and our take profit target at 2-to-1 risk to reward. And now I'm going to show you a little bit how you could do that with a risk management tool. So with Trade Assistant for MT5, all you would have to do is set your risk parameters. So for example, that your risk to reward take profit is always set at 2 risk to reward. And for example, that you want to close the trade at 1.5 RR at break, or that you want to move your stop loss to break even at 1.5 risk to reward. And then all you have to do is click on lines. Let me zoom out here a little bit. And right now, let's assume we are going into the short entry. Of course, that's not a short entry, but I hope you get what I'm trying to show or teach here. So basically, we would also have placed our stop loss right here at the swing high, and we could do the same thing with the trade assistant right here. So what would we do? We would place our stop loss right here at this low, and now we're waiting for this candle right here to close. Here's a little countdown timer telling me we're 3 minutes away from our candle close. But let's assume the countdown timer is already at 10 seconds left. You can see that my risk to reward is automatically, my take profit risk to reward is already set to 2 RR, and that my lot size right here is changing. It's adapting automatically depending on the size of my stop loss right here. So all I do is I wait for the countdown to be finished, make sure it's a valid entry that we actually close below the VWAP. Then all I have to do is click on buy or sell in this case, get rid of the lines again, and I am in the trade. I can close the risk management tool, and I entered with the perfect size. And if I click on this little panel right here, I can see that if my stop loss is being hit, I lose exactly 1% of my account balance. You can modify that setting right here, how much you want to risk per trade, and how much I'm going to make if it hits my take profit. So we're going for a 2-to-1 risk to reward. Perfect. Right here is our break-even point at 1.5 risk to reward. Here it's showing us our current, how the trade is currently going. This was just a lucky guess that we might be going long, but I hope you get the idea of how to prepare and actually execute the trade. And with a risk management tool like this, it's super easy. What I used to do most of the time is I traded off my phone with a little piece of paper right next to me telling exactly what lot size I have to use for a specific stop loss measured in pips. And that might sound not really professional, but I really mastered trading with that little piece of paper. It's almost funny. But I'm transitioning over now to the Trade Assistant on MT5 because of basically this functionality. Makes my life or my work life a lot easier. And yeah, so I would say we continue with our recap on US30 and check out how this trade actually played out. So back to TradingView, we can see we closed below the VWAP. Our Scalper Pro changed the candle color to a white color, telling us bearish. We crossed over right here, one candle close prior to this candle close, so we have a valid entry short. And right now we are just waiting for our take profit to be hit. Also, what you could mention is that right now it's 2:50. We have 10 more minutes before the London Open, which basically hit our 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio. So our stop loss is now set at break even. And all we have to do now is wait. And ideally, I just wanted to see it continue dropping down because it's London Open. This might be a fake out below the low, but very important, if you trade, stop thinking. I will talk more about this topic a little bit later on in this video. It's really important. So as we can see, we got rejected and we continued back towards our break-even level. But luckily, we have been rejected by the VWAP right here. And then we hit our take profit target. And at this time, I was up with 1% profit for the day. I made 2% profit right here and lost 1% right here, ending up at a net PL of 1%. That's actually when I stopped trading, but the exact reason why I stopped will follow right now, because, let me zoom out here, otherwise you won't see it, we actually continue to drop by 180 pips from our entry to the downside. A very big move for the London kill zone. those types of trades or those type of drops, they don't happen very oftenly. But if they happen, yeah, they happen pretty significantly. We dropped right here. If we would have kept on letting this trade run, this could have been a potential 11 risk reward. Of course, that's not our target unless you do a trailing stop loss method, which actually a few community members are doing, and they're making good profits with it this way. Also automatically done with a risk management tool like the Trade Assistant. But yeah, overall we saw this big drop to the downside. The stochastic RSI is in the oversold territory, and also if we have a look at the Scalper Pro right here on our chart, actually we can see that we are below the bullish reversal zone, which isn't really a good sign to continue taking more shorts. But as we can see, we continued consolidating down here. We didn't continue to drop further. We saw the Scalper Pro returning back into the scalper bands, which would theoretically be a reversal opportunity right here on this very candle. This would be a Scalper Pro reversal signal, but that's not the topic of this video. I'm just trying to give an explanation of what I thought during the session, which stopped me from taking any more trades, because sometimes when I'm trading and I think too much, I'm actually not able to place trades, because I already think that it's so unlikely that we are going to continue dropping after such a big move, and after we went below the bullish reversal zone on the Scalper Pro indicator here, that I'm physically or mentally not able to enter into this position. Also, I think I drew up the Fibonacci retracement tool, and I saw that we did not even retrace back to a 50% level, which I would really like to see us do first before I enter into another short, because then it's giving me more room to breathe, at least in my mind. So ideally, and actually a few community members took the trades, even though I said it on the Discord server, I'm not going to take any more trades. And if you're watching this video, I am really proud of you, because it's the right thing to do if you're trading with a rule-based system. It's the right thing to do. But it's also a very important topic, because your thinking is most of the time what screws you up. Because, of course, in this case, if we look at those two trades, they did not work out. We got another entry right here, which has been stopped out on this very candle. They did not work out, but yet, because you're trading a rule-based system, you would have to take them. In this case, I've been lucky, but if this trade, for example, would have hit my take profit or the take profit target right here, and the next trade would have also hit the take profit target, guess who would be really annoyed for the rest of the day? Right, it's me, because theoretically, according to the backtesting, I should be in profit, and most of the times it actually continues further to the downside. I've been trading the strategy for such a long time, I've pretty much seen it all. And yeah, sometimes I'm just, that emotion, that the hesitation still gets to me sometimes. And yeah, then I decided to simply not continue taking any other trades. If this would have hit the take profit, I would be hell mad. So yeah, that's that. So guys, community members, Peter, I know you're out there. You took this trade. I'm super proud of you, because I really should have too. So keep it going. And yeah, this is basically the recap of today's London kill zone. So over the period of this whole London kill zone, we actually received 4 trading signals. We would have lost 3 trades, and we would have won only a single one, which brings us to a negative % in profit. So we actually lost 8% of our equity, which is fine, totally fine. You saw the other trade recaps this week already, and you know that we are up for the whole week. And as I mentioned before, you have to shift over to long-term probabilistic thinking other than how am I going to survive today? That's short-term survival thinking. It's not good as a trader or as a risk management, especially when trading a rule-based system. So overall, I got lucky today because I did not take those 2 trades, but it could have also been very bad for me because both of these trades could have potentially worked and I could have been up 5% overall instead of only 1%. Sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you're not. So what's a better choice? Always take the trade. Always take it. You're always better off just by taking the trade and not listening to your thoughts. That's my lesson learned for today, and I hope you have learned something today too by watching the trade recap. Maybe you're also excited now to maybe start using a risk management tool like Magic Keys or the Trade Assistant for MT5. And maybe also excited to join us on our Discord server to trade daily live with us during the New York and London kill zone right here. The link for the Discord server is in the description box below, and also the link to the 10-day free trial. Make sure to try out the Scalper Pro. It's really working super well. Everyone that has been using it is convinced by it, and I don't want to oversell it because that's simply not me. So whatever you do, I will see you tomorrow, and make sure to trade safe.